In search of a story, inspired by conversations in the Alma Gallery, Redruth. Today is an exciting day at the gallery. The owner can feel a fizz of pleasure as she watches the hands of the wall clock tick slowly by. The paintings wait in anticipation too. The watercolour seascapes are now a gentle calm. The acrylic dogs are sitting patiently. The portraits have ceased their chatter, and their eyes now follow her around the room with one brow raised. When will she get here? She said 11. It's now 20 past. The gallery owner puts the kettle on in the little kitchen out the back, and as she does so, she hears the cheery tinkle of the bell on the door. She's here. She's here. The artist is here. The owner and the artist greet each other and catch up on this and that. The chit-chat is only making the gallery owner more impatient. What she really wants to know is, what have you got for me? The paintings are wrapped in an exquisite handmade cloth bag. There is so much beauty in this colourful item alone, but what it is about to reveal takes the owner's breath away. Out comes one corker after another. A golden-haired woman covered in garlands of bright flowers. Exotic birds flying out of handbags. A green-faced woman with antlers and a pink pearl necklace. Frida Kahlo twirling up from a butterfly seashell entwined with peacocks and jewels. The neat profile of a fox-faced housewife. A naked yellow angel bedecked by emerald green dollops of paint that flow and slide down the canvas like effervescent streamers in a field of glowing white petals. And finally, an eye-catching creation of a woman with bright blue azure eyeshadow and a purple octopus balanced on top of her head. The owner will take every single one. Oh, she can't wait to display them for all of Redruth to see. It isn't until the deal is done and money exchanged that the owner asks the burning question. Do they have a story? Nope. The artist replies with a twinkle in her eye. No story. Truth be told, I just paint any old thing that comes into my head. And with that, she leaves. The gallery owner sips her coffee and stands back to admire the new additions to her collection. No story, she ponders. How odd. And then again, how brave, how bold. To hold the brush over the blank canvas and to wait to see what happens. Well, she decides, the customers will want a story. I'll have to make something up. Right, let's get started. This one. A woman with flame orange hair sitting in a green and red chair with a blackbird on her lap. Her story? Obvious. She turned her husband into a blackbird because he was cruel to her, and she keeps him in a cage with a tiny golden ring around his beak so he can't sing anymore. That'll do, she thinks to herself. She looks back at the red rosy cheeks of the new portraits, waiting in a line to be chosen, to be bought. She imagines the women waiting in this very street for the men to arrive off the London train. The left-behind women. Their husbands off to seek their fortunes in the gold mines of South Africa or the diamond mines of Venezuela. She thinks about those women all lined up here on the corridor of Alma Place, waiting for a brief encounter, selling themselves to feed their poor, hungry children, hanging around the coffee tavern with a bit of rouge on their cheeks and their best dresses on to entice passing trade, with a lipsticked smile. What next? This one? A red-haired woman with glittering diamante earrings and fire in her eyes. This could be Rebecca, sold by her hard-up husband at auction in the market years ago. Might have been frowned upon then, but not illegal to sell your wife. Word had spread that Rebecca was an excellent farmhand, proficient at slaughtering pigs. A real catch. Market day came and she was paraded past the stinking animal pens with a leather belt tied tightly around her neck and another around her waist. A large, noisy crowd gathered to watch the spectacle. She was sold for 2 shillings and 6pence. Her purchaser, a fat farmer, took her to the pub that night to celebrate his good fortune, and she'd made sure he had plenty of ale to drink. What he didn't know was that Rebecca had hidden her butcher's knife up inside her skirts, and while he was sleeping she plunged her blade into his beer-bloated heart and ran off with his cash. Some say she ran back to her first husband, that it was all a well-planned scam. But the owner likes to think differently, that Rebecca stowed away on a steamship and set sail for a new life in Boston, where she dyed her hair bright red, cursed her mean old husband, and invented herself a new persona. She is treated to fine dinners and licks the plates clean just to shock her suitors with her uncouth ways. Her life becomes glamorous, with trips to the theatre, and as she walks arm in arm with her new love, her diamond earrings glint in the afternoon sunshine. The canvases sit patiently in the gallery as the owner continues her work. Every now and again one will catch her eye as if to say, "I want a story too." The owner smiles to herself. Wait your turn and you'll get one, because all your stories are here. They're in this place. You can feel them in the walls, cut into the granite, sunk into the pavements, screamed from the rooftops. You can hear them echoed in the church bells, whispered in the alleyways, reflected in the glass of the shop front windows, written in the grimy dust on the sills. You're a part of the genuine beauty and honest truth of this proud old town. You won't be forgotten. It's getting dark. Time to go home. The owner turns the open sign to closed and makes her way down Alma Place. The women stare out from the window display into the rainy Redruth night, content with their new resting place. For now.
This podcast was written and recorded as part of O Region's From the Horse's Mouth project. For more information about this and other O Region work, visit o-region.co.uk.